Welcome back to the channel. Today we're counting down the top 9 most valuable Washington quarter dollar coins that could be sitting in your collection and are worth big money. Let's jump right in. First up, the 1984 Washington quarter dollar, a dollar with the D mint mark, particularly focusing on coins in dirty or circulated condition. You might be surprised at how much value this coin can still hold, despite its worn appearance. Let's get started. Before we discuss its value, let's first take a brief look at the history of the Washington quarter. Introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, this quarter has remained an iconic part of U.S. currency. The 1984 edition with the D mint mark signifies that it was struck at the Denver Mint. Over 546 million Washington quarters were produced at the Denver Mint in 1984, making it a fairly common coin at first glance. However, as we know, rarity isn't the only thing that determines value. Condition, demand, and historical significance all play a role. Now, what about the condition? A coin that's labeled as dirty means it has seen considerable circulation. It might have surfaced dirt, oxidation, and significant wear, which can lower its appeal to some collectors. However, even in dirty condition, a 1984 Washington quarter with a D mint mark can still fetch a reasonable price at auction. Speaking of errors, this is where things can get exciting for collectors. If your 1984 Washington quarter with a D mint mark has a noticeable minting error, even in dirty condition, it could be worth much more. Some errors to look out for include off-center strikes, double dies, or die cracks. Coins with these types of errors could fetch prices upwards of $76,000 depending on the severity and demand from collectors. For collectors, dirty coins might seem like less valuable finds, but don't dismiss them too quickly. As we've seen, even a heavily circulated 1984 Washington quarter can hold some value, especially if it has unique characteristics. If you're a seller looking to auction off your 1984 D quarter, consider getting it professionally appraised or even lightly cleaned, though be cautious with cleaning, as improper techniques can actually reduce the value. In conclusion, while the 1984 Washington quarter with D mint mark in dirty condition isn't the rarest coin on the market, it can still be a valuable piece in your collection. Whether you're selling it at auction or adding it to your personal collection, this coin is a great example of how even everyday change can hold hidden value. Next up, the 1974 silver Washington quarter with a D mint mark, specifically in bad condition. You might be surprised to learn just how much this coin can be worth in today's auction market. So grab your magnifying glass and let's get started. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1932. Celebrating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the 1974 version is part of the Washington quarter series that includes both a large date and a small date variety. But today our focus is on the large date with D mint mark, which indicates it was minted in Denver. On the obverse, we have the iconic profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The reverse features the majestic eagle, a symbol of strength and freedom. This design has remained largely unchanged over the years, which is part of its charm and collectability. Now, let's talk numbers. In 1974, the Denver Mint produced around 7 million of these large date quarters. While this might seem like a lot, the condition of the coin plays a crucial role in its value. Coins that are well preserved and graded can fetch significantly higher prices. Coins in bad condition, like the one we're discussing today, are typically worn, scratched, and may have other forms of damage. Despite their state, these coins can still have collectible value due to their historical significance and the fact that many collectors seek to own pieces from each year and mint mark. So, what's the current market value for a 1974 silver Washington quarter in bad condition with a D mint mark? As of today, these coins generally sell in the auction market for anywhere between $36,000. The exact price can vary depending on factors such as wear, any visible scratches, and overall appeal. Interestingly, while this might not seem like a lot compared to other more valuable coins, it's important to remember that condition greatly influences the price. A quarter in better condition could easily fetch $45,000 or more, especially among collectors looking for high-grade pieces. If you happen to own a 1974 Washington quarter with a D mint mark in bad condition, here are some tips on how to handle it. First, always hold the coin by the edges to avoid transferring oils from your fingers, which can further damage the surface. Store your coins in a cool, dry place, ideally in protective holders. Additionally, if you're thinking about selling, consider getting your coin appraised by a professional. They can provide insights into its condition and market value, ensuring you get the best price. In conclusion, the 1974 silver Washington quarter with a D mint mark, even in bad condition, holds a special place in the hearts of the collectors. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned numismatist, every coin tells a story. So keep exploring and discovering the rich history behind each piece you collect. Next up, the 1986 Washington quarter with a large date and a P mint mark. But there's a twist: this particular coin is in bad condition. So let's explore what makes this coin so intriguing and valuable in today's auction market. The Washington Quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1986 issue continued. This legacy, featuring the iconic portrait of Washington on the obverse designed by John Flanagan, the reverse depicts an eagle perched on a branch, a design that has remained consistent since the coin's inception. This specific quarter, the 1986, with a large date, features the P mint mark, indicating it was produced in Philadelphia. The large date was a part of a minting experiment during this period and can be easily distinguished from the small date version. While the 1986 Washington Quarter may not be the most sought-after coin among collectors compared to other years, there are several reasons why it still holds. Interest collectors often look for specific attributes, and even a coin in bad condition can be a unique addition to a collection. In the world of numismatics, condition plays a significant role in determining value. So what does it mean for a coin to be in bad condition typically? This refers to significant wear, scratches, discoloration, or other forms of damage that detract from its overall appeal. For our 1986 Washington Quarter, being in bad condition means that it may have lost much of its luster and detail. In today's auction market, the value of a 1986 Washington Quarter in bad condition varies widely, but you might see it listed anywhere from $55,000. While this might seem low, it's important to remember that the value can fluctuate based on the current market demand and the specific characteristics of the coin. When looking to buy or sell a 1986 Washington Quarter in bad condition, platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and other online marketplaces can be excellent resources. Keep an eye on completed listings to gauge what similar coins are selling for, as this can give you a better idea of the current market trends. In conclusion, while the 1986 Washington Quarter with a large date and P mint mark in bad condition may not fetch high prices like some other coins, it still holds a place in the hearts of collectors. Each coin tells a story, and even those that have seen better days can provide insight into our history. Next up, the 1983 Washington Quarter with a D mint mark in fine condition. If you're wondering how much this coin is worth in today's auction market, you're in the right place. Stick around until the end to find out its true value. Before we jump into the coin's value, let's explore a bit of its history. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. This quarter replaced the standing Liberty Quarter and has remained a staple of U.S. coinage ever since. The 1983 Washington Quarter is part of this long-running series, but it stands out for several reasons. First, let's talk about the D mint mark. This letter indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary mints in the United States. The Denver Mint has been responsible for producing many of the country's coins, and for collectors, coins with a mint mark can sometimes carry a premium. Now, let's dive into the numbers. In 1983, the Denver Mint produced a large quantity of Washington Quarters, about 617 million of them to be exact. While that might seem like a high number, what makes this particular year stand out is the fact that very few of these quarters were saved in uncirculated condition. This was because during the early 1980s, there were no official mint sets available for collectors, so most of the coins went into general circulation. Speaking of condition, let's clarify what we mean by fine condition. In coin grading, fine falls in the middle of the scale. Coins in this grade will show noticeable wear, especially on the high points of the design like Washington's hair and the eagle on the reverse. However, the details should still be clear and not overly worn down. The coin should also have a nice overall appearance without any major damage like heavy scratches or corrosion. So, what is the current market value of a 1983 Washington Quarter with D mint mark in fine condition? Well, it can vary depending on the coin's appearance and how much demand there is in the market. Typically, in fine condition, these quarters are worth around $70,000 in today's auction market. However, it's important to note that prices can fluctuate based on a number of factors, including market trends, the condition of the coin, and the interest of collectors at the time of the sale. If you're looking to sell or buy a 1983 D Washington Quarter in fine condition, auctions are one of the best places to do so. Online auction platforms like eBay and specialized coin auction houses often see these coins listed. Some collectors are willing to pay a premium, especially if the coin has strong eye appeal or has been certified by a reputable grading company like. We've also noticed that these quarters can occasionally exceed the average price if there's a bidding war between collectors who are trying to complete their Washington Quarter collections, particularly those focusing on the 1980s when high-grade coins are harder to come by. Now, is the 1983 D Washington Quarter a good investment? While it may not be a coin that reaches the astronomical values of some rarer coins, it does have solid potential for gradual appreciation, especially as fewer examples remain in fine condition or better over time. The key to coin collecting is patience. Over the years, coins like this one can slowly increase in value, particularly as demand for 1980s quarters continues to grow. In conclusion, the 1983 D Washington Quarter in fine condition might not be a rare gem, but it certainly holds its own in the world of coin collecting. With values typically ranging between $88,000, it's a great coin to have in your collection, and it could even serve as a solid investment piece down the road. If you have one of these coins, make sure to keep it safe, and if you're thinking about adding one to your collection, now is a great time to start looking. Next up, the 1980 silver Washington quarter with a D mint mark in good condition. This quarter is not just a piece of history, it also holds significant value in today's auction market, so let's get started. To understand the value of the 1980 silver Washington quarter, let's first explore the history behind the Washington quarter series itself. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the decades, it has become one of the most recognizable coins in American currency. The 1980 quarter, made of 90% silver, was produced during a time when the United States was transitioning from the traditional silver standard to a more modern currency system. This makes the 1980 quarter particularly interesting for collectors, as it represents a pivotal moment in U.S. monetary history. The design of the Washington quarter has remained relatively unchanged since its inception. The obverse features a portrait of George Washington, created by sculptor John Flanagan, while the reverse showcases an eagle, a symbol of strength and freedom. The 1980 quarter was minted in two locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The Denver mint mark, represented by D on the coin, is what sets our focus coin apart from its Philadelphia counterpart. This distinction is essential for collectors, as certain mint marks can significantly impact a coin's value. Now, let's discuss the condition of the coin. The term good in the grading scale refers to a coin that shows significant wear, but is still recognizable. Good condition coins may have flat details and lack some finer features, yet they retain their basic outlines and design. For the 1980 silver Washington quarter with a D mint mark in good condition, collectors are often looking for coins that can still be identified as part of the Washington series. Even with wear, if the coin has minimal damage and remains intact, it can still attract interest from collectors. So, what is the current market value of the 1980 silver Washington quarter with D minor? Between $65,000. However, values can fluctuate based on various factors such as demand, rarity, and overall market conditions. The silver content of the coin also plays a significant role in its value. Given that it contains 90% silver, the melt value alone contributes to its worth, which can exceed the face value of the coin. In recent years, as silver prices have increased, even a worn coin like this can offer a great investment opportunity for collectors. Next up, the 1985 Washington quarter with the P mint mark. You might think these quarters are just ordinary change, but some of them can be worth much more than their face value, even in good condition. Let's explore the current value of this coin in today's auction market. First, let's talk a little about the 1985 Washington quarter itself. This coin was minted in Philadelphia, and the P mint mark indicates that. It features George Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. Although it's part of the modern coinage, it still holds a special place in collectors' hearts. Now keep in mind, condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. A coin in good condition may show considerable wear, especially on Washington's face and the eagle's feathers, but even with some wear and tear, these coins can fetch a surprising value at auction. So, what's the value of the 1985 P Washington quarter in good condition in today's market? Currently, these coins typically sell for $82,000 at auction. While it's not a fortune, it's still a great return considering it's a quarter. The value of this quarter depends on a few factors and the state of the market. While millions of these coins were minted, only a fraction remain in collectible condition. As more collectors look to complete their sets, even coins in good condition like this one are seeing steady interest. Next up, the most valuable USA silver Washington quarter from 1990, specifically the one with the P mint mark. If you're a coin enthusiast or just curious about its value, stick around. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It features a profile of Washington on the obverse, while the reverse showcases an eagle, symbolizing strength and freedom. The design has undergone some changes over the years, but the 1990 version holds a special place in collectors' hearts. The 1990 Washington quarter is significant not just for its historical value but also for its metal composition. It's made of 90% silver, making it highly sought after among collectors and investors alike. Now let's talk about mint marks. The P on the 1990 Washington quarter indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. Mint marks can significantly affect a coin's value, as they help identify where and how many coins were produced. In the case of the 1990 quarter, the Philadelphia Mint produced a total of 1.4 million coins, making the P mint mark relatively common, but its condition can dramatically impact its worth. When evaluating a coin's value, its condition is crucial. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to perfect uncirculated MES 70. The term fine typically denotes coins with some wear, but still recognizable details. For the 1990 Washington quarter, a fine condition would mean that the coin has clear features but may show signs of wear, such as slight scratches or dullness. Specifically in fine condition, the details are still visible, making it appealing to collectors. The 1990p quarter in fine condition is valued at approximately $89,000 depending on the market demand. Now, let's discuss the current auction market. Over the past few years, the demand for collectible coins has surged. The 1990 Washington quarter with P mint mark has been selling consistently in auction houses. In today's market, a fine condition coin can fetch anywhere from $100,000, with prices occasionally exceeding this range for exceptional examples. This increase in value is primarily due to the growing interest in silver coins and the unique qualities that collectors seek. Always remember, the auction price can vary widely based on the specific coin's characteristics, its provenance, and the overall market condition. If you're looking to buy or sell a 1990 Washington quarter, it's essential to do your research. Check reputable auction sites and consult with local coin dealers. Online marketplaces can offer great opportunities, but always ensure that you're purchasing from trusted sellers. Websites and eBay can give you a good idea of current market values. Don't hesitate to reach out to the coin collecting community for advice and insights. In conclusion, the 1990 Washington quarter with the P mint mark is not only a piece of American history, but also a valuable asset in today's auction market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep an eye on this particular eye. Next up, the 1997 silver Washington quarter with the P mint mark. We're diving into its history, unique features, and most importantly, its value in today's auction market, even in good condition. Stick around to find out how much your 1997 P Washington quarter could be worth. First things first, let's talk about the basics of the 1997 Washington quarter. You might be wondering, was this quarter actually minted in silver? The answer is no, but there's more to it. While the regular 1997 quarters weren't made in silver, special silver-proof versions were made for collectors. These proof coins are what could fetch a decent price at auctions, especially those with the Philadelphia P mint mark. Now, the 1997 Washington quarter was part of the regular minting process, with hundreds of millions of these coins produced across different mints. The Philadelphia Mint, represented by the P mint mark, struck over 600 million of these quarters for circulation. But what sets some of these coins apart in the collector's world is their condition, any potential errors, and the specific proof versions. So why is the condition of your coin important? In the coin collecting world, the better the condition, the more valuable the coin. Coins are graded from poor to mint state, and even slight differences in wear can significantly affect a coin's value. A coin in good condition, which is on the lower end of the grading scale, shows significant wear. Details on Washington's face and the eagle on the reverse are typically smoothed out due to circulation, but the design is still visible. In general, a 1997 P Washington quarter in good condition won't carry much more than its face value of $87,000 if it's just a regular circulated coin. However, if you happen to have a silver-proof version of this quarter, or if the coin has unique errors, it could fetch significantly more. These silver proofs, especially those from special mint sets, are struck on 90% silver planchettes, unlike regular quarters. A silver-proof Washington quarter from 1997 with the P mint mark in good condition can be valued around $99,000 in today's auction market, depending on demand. But here's the exciting part: if you have a rare error coin from 1997, that's where things get really interesting. Error coins such as those with misstrikes, double dies, or off-centering can skyrocket in value. Some error coins from the 1990s, even in good condition, have been known to sell for hundreds of dollars at auctions. Next up, the 1979 silver Washington quarter. Specifically, we'll be discussing the large date version without a mint mark in fine condition and exploring its value in today's auction market. So grab your magnifying glass and let's get started. The 1979 Washington quarter is unique for several reasons. First, let's discuss its specifications. The quarter features the iconic profile of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan, which has been a staple of U.S. quarters since 1932. The reverse showcases an eagle perched on a rock with the inscription United States of America above and $quarter below. This specific coin, the large date version, was produced as part of the U.S. Mint's efforts to standardize the appearance of dates on coins. It's important to note that the large date quarters are particularly collectible, as they tend to stand out among their smaller counterparts. When it comes to valuing coins, condition is key. In numismatics, the term fine condition refers to a coin that has moderate wear but still retains some of its original details. For our 1979 Washington quarter, this means that while you may see some signs of use, the design elements are still clear, and there are no major scratches or blemishes. The American Numismatic Association grades coins on a scale from poor to mint state. A fine condition coin typically falls between fine and very fine, making it desirable for collectors who appreciate a balance between affordability and aesthetic quality. Now, let's talk numbers. In today's auction market, the value of a 1979 silver Washington quarter in fine condition can vary based on demand and rarity. Currently, we are seeing auction prices for these coins ranging from $85,000. However, it's essential to remember that prices can fluctuate based on the market dynamics and the specific coin's characteristics. Recent auctions have shown that quarters in fine condition have attracted bids from passionate collectors, especially when paired with an excellent provenance or a unique story behind the coin. Certain auction platforms have reported sales that exceeded $90,000 for pieces in slightly better conditions, showing that if you take care of your coins, they can yield a significant return. To wrap up, the 1979 silver Washington quarter, particularly the large date without a mint mark in fine condition, is a fantastic piece for collectors, offering both historical significance and potential value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, this quarter is worth keeping an eye on. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins and collectibles, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching and happy collecting.